What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you guys to my channel and to this video. This video is going to be part 2 of this dumbbell and resistance band workout series, where I'm going to be giving you guys workouts that's going to help you build muscle and strength by simply using dumbbells and resistance bands. That's going to be very convenient for you, that you can perform anywhere and anytime. And in this part 2, we're going to be specifically focusing on the pushing muscles. So we're going to be really working the chest, shoulders, and triceps in this part 2. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, to start this dumbbell and resistance band push workout out, we're going to first do the dumbbell floor chest press. And the dumbbell floor press is going to be one of the more efficient styles of pressing when specifically looking to build strength in the pushing muscles. The floor press is excellent for strength gains because of the decreased range of motion that you get when you're pressing on the floor versus a bench. This lesser range of motion on the floor is going to allow you to lift at a much heavier load safer, giving you better results and just overall strength development. The dumbbells also will again force each side and arm to move independently to lift the weight, which is going to incorporate a greater demand on the chest muscles to stabilize each side as you press and work each side equally to better develop muscle and strength as you press. The main muscles that you'll target and work in the floor press is going to be the middle chest, the triceps, and a little bit of the anterior shoulder. And some key form tips you want to keep in mind when you're doing your floor chest press is you really just want to make sure that you stay flat on the floor as you press. You want to be arcing your back and focus on keeping it very straight on the floor. You want to get a full range of motion on your dumbbell chest press by lowering them until you're at a little bit above chest level and right before your elbows hit the ground, and then pressing right back up and locking all the way out on the press. And we're going to do 5 sets on these. We'll go moderately heavy on these sets, doing about 6 to 8 reps. Then after we get done with that, we'll move to the next exercise. After we get done with the floor chest presses, we're going to now move into the resistance band chest fly. And the resistance band chest fly is going to really allow you to really specifically isolate the muscles in the chest and target areas in the chest that you won't really be able to emphasize in your floor press to give you a more full chest hit. And using resistance bands on your flies too is going to allow you to keep tension on your chest through the whole range of motion, making it very effective for building more muscle and building a much better looking chest. And the resistance band chest flies are going to really emphasize the muscles in the chest, specifically the middle and lower chest with this fly. And some key form tips you want to keep in mind as you're performing your resistance band cable flies is making sure your stance is good. So you want to be in a stance that's going to keep your chest and body straight up and not hunching over too much. This stance is what's going to really activate the chest better through the fly. You also want to make sure as you pull the bands together, you want to push the bands out as far as you can away from your body. This is what's going to give you the greatest range of motion to really help you develop the chest more effectively. You also want to make sure at the bottom of that fly, as you push it all the way out, you want to really make sure you squeeze and hold until you really feel your chest contract before you come back out. And then as you're coming back out, you don't want to overextend your arms because this can put a lot of pressure on your shoulder. Just focus on coming out until you feel a slight stretch in that chest area, and then go right back to pushing it out away from your body and really squeezing and contracting your chest. And on these resistance band flies, we're going to do 5 sets of these. I want you to shoot for 15 reps. Then after we do that, we'll move to the next exercise. And after the chest flies, we're going to now perform dips. And dips are going to be very effective at really developing the chest and other pushing muscles. The dip is a compound functional movement, meaning that it trains strength through primarily your body weight. Functional exercises like the dip, adding them into your routine along with your regular resistance work, it's going to be very efficient and will add another level of strength and stability to your body, which will help you cut body fat due to the multiple muscles engaged while performing them, making them just excellent to incorporate in any strength routine you may be doing. And this dip dip is going to mainly target your lower chest, a little bit of your anterior deltoids, and a lot of your tricep as well will be engaged. And when you're performing your dip, some key form tips you want to keep in mind is really just make sure you keep your core tight and stable through the dip. You really want to make sure that you keep from going too low on the dip as well. You don't want to drop too low to where you're putting too much strain and a stretch on that anterior shoulder. You want to also make sure that you really get a full range of motion through your dip by lowering and extending all the way out, getting a full lockout, really feeling your chest and tricep engage as you go through each of your reps. And on these dips, we're going to do a total of 5 sets. I want you to try to perform at least 12 to 15 reps, but if you can't get up to that number, that's fine. Just perform as many reps as you can until failure. And you really want to make sure on these dips that you are keeping that dumbbell up. You want to do these dips not with your feet on the floor, but use that dumbbell to prop your feet up. This is going to help you get a little bit more of a deeper range of motion in your dips, so you're going to be incorporating and engaging your chest a little bit more effectively. And after we get done with these dips, we're going to move to the next exercise. And after we get done with the dip, we're going to move into the dumbbell standing shoulder press. And the dumbbell standing shoulder press is going to be one of the best exercises for developing muscle and strength in the shoulder complex. This is because the dumbbells is going to allow you to isolate each side as you press up, which is going to give you a greater range of motion through your press, which is going to give it a huge advantage and just results in especially muscle development compared to using anything else like a barbell or something like that to perform your overhead presses with. Performing them standing also is going to allow you to engage your core and your lower body to help stabilize you, helping you to develop more core strength and a lot more power to be able to get a more well-rounded physique. And the main muscles you're going to target in the dumbbell standing shoulder press is going to be your shoulder complex and your triceps. And some key form tips you want to keep in mind as you're doing your presses is first making sure your starting position is good, so getting in a nice strong stance. And as you're bringing the dumbbells up, you want to bring them up to about your traps and ear level, and then really brace your core so you're really stabilized in a nice, good, strong position and your back is neutral before you get into your press. And then as you're pressing, you want to make sure that your elbows aren't too straight out to the side. This is going to add some unwanted tension to the rotator cuff. Instead, you want them to be a little bit more out in front of you. This is going to be a more natural position that's going to put way less stress on your rotator cuff. And as you press up, you really just want to make sure that you're getting a full range of motion, that you're locking it all the way out, and you can even engage your lower body a little bit if you want to help give you some more power and strength to push those dumbbells up overhead to give you some more power and strength on your press. And on these dumbbell standing shoulder presses, we're going to do a total of 5 sets. I want you to try to get about 10 to 12 reps on these. And then after that, we'll move to the next exercise. And after the dumbbell standing shoulder presses, we're going to now move into the dumbbell lateral raise. And the lateral raise is going to be very efficient at sculpting that outer part of the deltoid. Developing the lateral deltoid is what's going to make the shoulder aesthetics really pop and give them that nice muscular look. And the lateral raises are going to be the best exercise to really isolate and target that specific part of the shoulder. And some key form tips as you're doing your lateral raises is first, you just want to make sure that you raise the resistance to about shoulder height. You don't want to go any higher or lower than that to really keep the focus and activation on that lateral deltoid. You want to keep your arm slightly bent as you raise it up, leading out with your elbow. Doing that also is going to really help activate the lateral deltoid a lot more effectively. And as you get to that part to where you raise the resistance to about shoulder height, you want to hold for about 1 to 3 seconds and slowly return your arms back to your side. This is going to keep that muscle under tension for longer, which again is going to help enhance your results and just the muscle development of it. And when on these lateral raises, we're going to do 5 sets of these. We're going to do 15 reps on each arm. And then after we get done with the lateral raises, we'll move to the next exercise. And to finish it out, we're going to end with these resistance band face pulls. And the face pull is going to be one of the best exercises for targeting the posterior muscles of the shoulder. The face pull is excellent for improving just overall shoulder strength, shoulder aesthetics, and health as well. by developing proper movement patterns. Face pulls, they're a great corrective exercise that will improve just your overall posture, will correct imbalances in the shoulder complex, which is going to make it a great foundational exercise to have in any of your pushing workouts and shoulder routines. The main muscles, again, you're going to target is going to be those posterior deltoids. And some key form tips when you're performing your resistance band face pulls is, first, you want to make sure that as you're pulling the resistance back, you want to keep your elbows pointing down. This is going to help really keep the posterior deltoids activated as you pull. You want to make sure that as you pull the resistance back too, that you really squeeze your shoulder blades at the end of the movement until you feel your posterior deltoids activate and contract. And you want to make sure that as you're pulling it, you pull the resistance band to your face level and not your chest area. That's what's going to make sure that you're targeting the posterior deltoids and not your mid back area. And on these face pulls, we're going to do a total of 5 sets on these. We're also going to go 12 to 15 reps on these face pulls to finish out this push workout. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the workout. And before we get out of here, I just want to give you guys this verse. And this verse is Philippians 4:12 through 13, which says, "I know how to be brought low, and I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. I can do all things through him who strengthens me." And I wanted to give you guys that verse because I know in the same way, and we're training our pushing muscles, get them stronger and build them up, the same way that we can find the strength to push through, whatever it is that it may be that we may be trying to go through in this life, whether it be, some different things we're struggling with, whether it be some things that we're working on in our own life, some different disciplines and other things that's going to help us become the person that God made us to be, that we can find the strength to be able to do that, through the foundation of our relationship with God and our communication with God. So I just encourage you guys, man, to really always seek out that foundation through a relationship with God first, because I know when you put God first in anything and everything, it doesn't matter how far you go. It doesn't matter, even if you begin to waver in certain things, I know through that foundation, God will give you the strength, perseverance, and the wisdom needed to push through whatever it is that you need to, and give you all the things necessary to help you accomplish whatever it is that God's put on your heart. So just want to give you guys that and encourage you guys to keep pushing, keep going, and keep striving after those goals and dreams that God has for you. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, man, definitely be sure to leave a like. Definitely be sure to comment, man, any questions, feedback, concerns. We'd love to connect with you guys more in the comments, so leave all of that in the comments below. Definitely be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification as well, as I'm always uploading new content every week to help you guys enhance your physique, your wellness, and your faith through the foundation of fitness, nutrition, and a relationship with God. Definitely be sure to check out some of my other videos I have as well. I'll leave a link in the description to some other videos I have uploaded that I think will further help you. And I'll definitely be sure to leave a link to this specific series because this is part 2 of 5. So I'll definitely leave a link specifically so that you can check out some of the other workouts in this series if you want to do that as well. And again, I just want to thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.